Hello, this is Julie. Welcome into the Thrifty Paper Garden. It's been a while since I've done a thrift store haul. I still have been thrifting and going to garage sales. It's just that I haven't found much at any one place, so I put a few stores together and I will show you what I've found. Now this paper is from Tuesday morning. I'd stopped there a couple different times, never saw any graphic 45 paper, but occasionally a new style of paper would come in. And this paper is from American Crafts, and it is kind of between a light to medium chipboard feel paper with this glitter, and the glitter really doesn't come off. And so I thought this might be nice for Christmas cards and Christmas crafts, or really any time of the year party themed cards. But it's just, I like the heaviness of it. You could almost make a mini album cover from it. So there was a package of about 15 for $1.99, so per sheet that is quite good. And I stopped into Joann's and was checking out the clearance, and this was by where they do the cross stitch, and this is 100 yards of twine, and it is an off-white, and I thought, I wonder if I can dye this. So if I make a project and use a spray or a color of ink, I could use that ink or spray on this and have the color that matches. But anyway, that's 100 yards for 50 cents. I think the normal price was about $3. So you might want to check it out at Joann's. And I found a few crafty items at the thrift stores and garage sales. I have the Sizzix, the smaller one, that's the long 12-inch Sizzlet die, and I may use that to make a spool roll, where you roll off lace from a spool. And so this, I have the bigger size for the larger spools. I could make the lace roll and roll it up. So that was a pretty good find. I'm not sure if, I think this one is discontinued. And I found this, and I liked it, and I thought I want to buy it as an example on how to make it so I can make it. And this would be nice for an ornament. You could put a family photo behind there. You know, you could position it any way that you wanted, but it was just a good little pattern to use, and I do like it itself. I found some wood buttons. I had seen a video where they had taken, I think, cut out chipboard buttons and covered them, and I had found some wood shapes that didn't have the holes in them, and I wasn't sure if my crocodile would make a hole in them, but here they are already with a hole. So I could put paper on them and just use a nail file and file the edges and use my crocodile and put the hole in it, or just paint them up, put glitter on them. Lots of different ideas that I can use for those to make them look like buttons. And then I saw this. Lots of old stamps. These are marked from 1988 and 1989. A lot of, I think, yeah, Inka-Dinka-Doo. But it wasn't the stamps that I was after. It was the handle. Now this one, I put this in the microwave, or you can use your hot gun and melt off the stamp. It just releases the adhesive, and I can put Velcro across here and buy those Tim Holtz like cotton pad for your ink to, you know, blend your ink. And so I got a whole bag of these handles. So I just thought I could take off the stamps, and they are, being quite old. I did try to stamp one, and they don't even stamp very well anymore. I think they're just too dried out. They don't take up any of the ink. But just a bag full of handles, so I can make my own Tim Holtz inkers. And in one of the bags of goodies, had pearls and such in it, there's this old medicine bottle. And it says, I can't read the date, or the month, but the day is 14 and the year is 57. From Danielson Drug Company. Kind of interesting. I'm not even sure if I can read what the drug was, not that it matters, but just kind of a fun old medicine bottle. And not childproof. Okay, what else? Oh yeah, I stopped at the library to drop off some books, and I used the restroom, and I passed by their area where they're selling books, and I saw, it's heavy, a bunch of these and different volumes for the different letters of the alphabet countries of the world. So I chose C through F, thinking F for France would have some neat stamps, but I thought I could cut these out and use them in little embellishments. You put glossy accents on top of them, but I can't find a good picture right now, but there's just some cute, like there's an old buggy of some sort, just some old vintage. Of course, there's lots of pictures that I don't have no interest in, but there's just quite a few of just really neat. There, if you're an Elvis Presley fan, there's one baseball. But anyway, the book was $1, and if they weren't so big and bulky, I would have gotten all volumes just for the variety, but just real fun images. And I found a bunch of these gold leaves. These are from Frank's, which hasn't been around here for several years, but just some neat leaves to use in projects. And I found some sparkly pink tulle and a couple different ribbons. And I like to take the Tim Holtz tattered floral die and cut this material up and make flowers. I made some out of red sparkly flower for Christmas, and they just look wonderful. So that was a nice bag to find. And someday I'd like to make a shadow box or two. So when I can find them real inexpensively, I buy them up and store them away for future use. And always looking for Scrabble games. Now this one doesn't have lots of pieces, but it has quite a few, and the price was very reasonable. And in fact, getting back to the Scrabble game, someone had said you can use the Scrabble board, put letters on it like a family name, say for a gift for a newlywed couple, and put their name with the Scrabble tiles, and then frame the board part, and say different words, established in the year or something. So I thought that was kind of a unique gift item for a wedding, a new couple, new home. They could put it, like, say if they have a game room or whatnot. So here I found 5 of these frames that had been sprayed silver in a bag, so I could use them as frames or even just use some of the pieces. And I find clothing and shoes and purses. And actually, I found some beautiful hangers, and these are Crabtree and Evelyn, and they still smell very wonderful. On eBay, the newer ones are going for quite a bit, but I thought I would check out some videos. I've seen hangers like this altered, and you can hang laces and trims and even necklaces and whatnot off of them. So that was nice. I found some shoes, and of course, what am I looking at? Beautiful flower centers. And I did check, and it should be fairly easy to remove that off the shoe. The only thing I kind of stay away from is anything that's riveted. The riveted can be very difficult to remove, say, off of a belt. So that was a nice find. And I found a little girl's dress. Look at the applique fabric on that. I was showing my daughters another beautiful dress that I had gotten, a little girl's dress, and they won't let me cut it up. They said it was too pretty. And so I guess I will hold on to it for a while, see if I get a granddaughter, and I will give it to her. But that's the problem, is you kind of get attached to what you buy and don't want to tear it up. And then let's see, this braided trim. I have found off-white, beige, and now black. And so I think I will put this in my Zibbit store if anybody's interested in that. And let's see, lots of different little dresser handkerchiefs that you can use to put on your dresser, make a lace book. This was kind of unusual. I had never seen anything quite like that before. A couple of these, just real pretty. You know, if you want to cut that off and use it as an applique. Now this was a scarf, and of course I love my crochet doilies, and so I looked at the construction of that, and I figured out that it will be able to be taken apart without unraveling. So I probably will do that. And I always like the grab bags. I'll show you a few things. Kind of a fun peachy orange doily. Not quite sure what that is, but kind of a pretty design that you could put in a lace book or on a canvas. Just some fun things. Here's a fairly big piece with unusual pattern on it. And then a bunch of these ladies' kerchiefs. There's a couple different little cutout work. I thought that was real pretty. And again, when I get to making lace books, now that I have an example to follow by, I can use those up or rack those out. And my final item, I found some purses. I have found purses, whether vintage or not, kind of looking vintage, and this was just too fun. I couldn't pass it up, and it was just an excellent price. Now I may actually use those beads, because inside is the regular chain handle, and this looks fairly new. That I don't think this is a vintage purse by any means, but just kind of fun. And I hang those off my woman mannequin. But this one I'm thinking might be vintage, and if Janet is watching, Janet, I thought of you. Look at this, just the handle part, the scroll work. It is just incredible. And look at, if you can see on top of the handles, a little bling. Just a fun purse. Let's see, handmade in India. And the handle, so just really pretty, and I can't find anything wrong with it. So it's not 100% my style as far as the color and such, but just that framework on there is just Excellent. So those are my finds from the last couple weeks. I thank you so much for stopping by. We'll talk to you later. Bye.